Well, everyone, we made it. This year is the 40th anniversary of my favorite childhood show of all time, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. So, to celebrate this, I will be ranking every single Thomas and Friends movie, from worst to best. When the show was so popular, the production team of the show decided to make a cinematic out of one film outfit. Well, for the most part, and which one succeeded, let's find out. And before everyone asks, hell no! I will not be reviewing any of the Big Wheel Big Adventure Special 1 episodes. First for recruiting, Dicks and Discoveries, Steam Team to the Rescue, Thomas of the Water Engine, and this disgraceful film to the franchise. Yeah. I'm not counting these with that stupid dumb robot thing, whatever it was called. And mostly, I will not be counting any of the All Engines Go movies, especially Race for the Sodor Cup. I'm not touching All Engines Go. Please don't make me do it. These movies will be ranked in my own opinion. I'm not the only Thomas fan that has made a Thomas movie ranking list. Many people in the Thomas fandom has done a lot lately. If I suggest you go check that out. Link in the description below. So without that out of the way, let's begin with the worst of the worst. Number 14. Is this even a contest? Misty Island Rescue is the worst Thomas movie ever. There is absolutely nothing good about this movie. The first minutes of the movie were fine, and then everything after that was completely downhill. Thomas is a selfish idiot for most of the movie. The walking road girls are so stupid. And the worst part of this movie is that the Topham had sent 3 of his engines to Misty Island on a goddamn boat. Why? Why do that when there was a tunnel to the island? Like, I know Shower Mirror is trying her hardest to make the most disappointing Thomas movie, but this is not the way to accomplish it. Like, what is this supposed to say about this movie? Oh yeah, the song? Yeah, literally, yeah. It's even bad. The only good thing about this movie is the post-credit scene with Diesel Tam hanging on the cliff saying, "You'll be home." Whatever, this movie is just outrageous and it was totally the worst movie. The writing is absolutely abysmal. Every character and their decision they make is totally stupid. And the whole movie is just done. 1 out of 10. Moving on. Number 13. Big Wheel Big Adventures, aka BWBA, aka Blubber. Oh my god. This movie is the most disappointing experience I've ever seen in Thomas's media so far. Like, bro, how do we went from beautiful, amazing, and very realistic and most expressive looking animation I've seen so far since 2015 to this boring, stupid, nonsensical, dumb, cartoony looking animation? Like, no, we cannot have cartoony movements in a show that is supposed to be taken as realistically as possible. Like, I think this is the beginning of the downfall of Thomas Effects, particularly the second downfall, because this ruined the franchise. This is the worst way not only to end off the annual movies, but also the worst beginning to a whole rebrand. Like, bro, this is just done. Yeah, I can understand her in the movie. She looked pretty well in the movie, but her placement in the show? Hell no. Absolutely hell no. Anyways, like Misty Island Rescue, this movie gets a 1 out of 10. Anyways, the whole concept could be much better when Thomas was going around the rail, not totally ridiculous. But to me, this movie is horrendous. Bro, we get absolutely no animation concept for this movie. However, we did back in 2017, and how did it premiere in cinemas? Anyways, like I just said, 1 out of 10, moving on. Number 12, Day of the Diesels. Is this better than Big Wheel Big Adventures or Misty Island Rescue? Symbol, no. It has a completely boring concept, a much slower pacing. The pacing is too slow, and the concept of Percy being the main character instead of Thomas is actually a good idea. But no, it was run down by the slower pacing. Anyways, Day of the Diesels was originally going to have a much darker tone. However, Hit Entertainment wanted to be more dumber and too kid-friendly. And it even screwed up the Steamy vs. Diesels rivalry. And why? We have already gotten this Steam vs. Diesel rivalry since season 2. How did it ruin it? Also, I'm gonna be ranking these movies in my own opinion, like I said earlier. So yeah, Day of the Diesels is better than both Blubber and Misty Island, but it's consistently worst. Anyways, 2 out of 10. I wish the whole movie could be better. Moving on. Number 11, Coral Engines. This movie is so boring as hell. Like, this special does not feel like a movie. It does not feel like a movie at all. It feels like some 60-minute long extended episode for some reason. First the movie, then song, then more movie, then women's segment, then more movie, then a animated women's segment, more movie, then women's segment, more movie, then song, more movie, then animated women's segment, more movie, and then directed song, more movie, and then women's segment, more movie, and then women's segment, more movie, and then song, and then you get the last bit of the movie, and then the engine roll call, and then the end credits. Really? A long time of 60 minutes, filled with boring ass women's segments, which should not be added to the main feature. Also, this should have been bonus features on the DVD. Like, seriously. The problems I have with this movie, I should at least keep it the same. Anyways, Thomas gets absolutely no repercussion at all. And also, Diesel Time is just an NPC nice guy. In Magic World, he tried to kill Mr. Conductor by merely throwing him off the fire duct. And also, Liddy is not canon to the Thomas universe. She's a fictional magical steam engine, which magic makes absolutely no sense. And also, how the hell would Hit decide to make this movie for babies? Toddlers. I know. The shots on boarding and the women's segments are just painful. And the songs were not pretty good at all. Probably my favorite song would definitely have to be Busy. And my second favorite would have to be Together We'll Make It Happen. If I had to choose every version of those two songs that will be the extended version, not the short version that was featured on the main feature. Still, this special gets a 4 out of 10. Anyways, I do like the music in this movie, except for Wellesley's theme, which will be way too reused for her in season 10. Anyways, moving on. Number 10, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. If you don't know me for a very long time, you know that Magic Railroad introduced me to the world of Thomas. As the end my Thomas and the Magic Railroad review, and just another of me spamming random merch and stuff about the movie. Anyways, let's just talk about the movie in general. The plot of this movie is whatever. The plot is absolutely confusing. The voice actors were fine, I guess, except for James. Also, what the hell does James sound like a woman right here? Like, Percy, voiced by Lyndon Baratime, also voices Sarah Moon, and James, voiced by Susan Roman, also voiced Sarah Jupiter in the same show. Like, what? The only good thing about this movie are the scenes with the trains. The scenes with the trains are so correct, but when we get to the human scenes, they are absolutely pointless. But the thing that saved this movie for me is season 10. And also, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Hold up. Thomas was not in the most of the movie. He gets 11 minutes of screen time, and the title, Railroad. Railroad. How about Railway? Thomas is a very British show, but the title features the American term railroad? Like, bro, how are you serious? Instead of Magic Railroad taking place in a realistic environment, it features magical talking trains and small men. Within many films of Thomas figure into this film as being not canon. Also, the worst part of the movie, the magic element. It completely threw realism out the window. Needless to say, as with many changes, the movie was a huge failure. Only leaving of $19 million to make, it only made 0.5% of its budget back, causing this Brit Oakwood had to step down from her own company, to her company being Remain Graham Entertainment, later being bought out by Hit Entertainment in 2002, then being bought out by Mattel in 2012. Anyways, back to the movie. The show basically just ignored the movie completely. No more magical talking trains, no more small men, no more magic, no more real life humans. Back to business as usual. Then season 6 came out in 2002, and the show just ignored the movie completely. Back to business as usual. Anyways, after this movie, everyone just fond of Thomas as that stupid, dumb kid show where trains talk because magic exists in their own universe. And also, the movie could have been done so much better without the magic bullcrap and the stupid, dumb human drama. Would this be a much better movie about Thomas and his friends without the diesel with the claw, magic engine, magic, and small man, and real life humans too? So anyways, this movie deserves the number 10 spot. So this movie goes 5 out of 10. It's not the best Thomas movie, but it's not the worst. But it could have been done so much better at the box office. Moving on. Number 9. The Great Race. AKA, we want to sell more toys. The movie. The reason why they made this special because Mattel wanted this movie to be one big ugly merchandising gimmick. The bridge drop scene was completely forced into the movie because Mattel wanted to sell that stupid dumb Trackmaster toy of Thomas jumping over the Vickerstown Bridge like he does in the goddamn movie. And also, the diesels in the disguises, that was also made into a stupid dumb toy which nobody asked for at all. Thank God I don't have that. But I sure hope I could get it someday. When we get to King on the Railway, it would get so much better from there. But at least King on the Railway is still the beginning of the Bremer era and made the show great again, and so did the entire franchise. But here, this is a complete downfall of the Bremer era, and it's also the beginning of the end of Thomas again. Like, is there much to say about this movie? Oh yes, Ashima, she's fine. Flying Scotsman. Yeah, this is his first full appearance in the series ever. And so yes, this movie, like Magic Railroad, gets a 5 out of 10. Number 8. Journey Beyond Sodor. The official start of Thomas's second downfall. Like, what? No. In the Big Wheel Big Adventure section, I thought it was truly the official start of Thomas's second downfall. But this? I don't think this is the beginning of Thomas's downfall. I think this movie truly came out in 2017 and Big Wheel Big Adventures in 2018. Yeah, actual continuity. But the biggest problem I have with this movie? The bouncing. I said that we do not make cartoony bouncy animation in this series that is supposed to be taken as realistically as possible. Like, Blow. How did we render realistic train movies into bouncy cartoony movements? Like, the only good thing about this movie is that the animation is still in good quality, and that Merlin is the only good character in the movie. The rest of the movie is just completely garbage. So, anyways, this movie gets a 6 out of 10. I know this movie, like Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, can be cinematic, but it still has the cartoony, bouncy, uncanny movements. So anyways, 6 out of 10. Moving on. Number 7. King on the Railway. Wow, how did we look at that? The beginning of the good stuff. From this point onwards, every movie on this list will be good. Like Kings and Knights and Castles? That's consistent with the series, alright. Steven is actually perfect. At least he has been seen on the front cover of the movie. But he's dreaming of the movie of the show? In the same year, 2013, it's actually pretty nice. He's based off Stevenson's Rocket. Steven? Yeah, 100% canon in the show. Otherwise, the animation could be nitrogen-like sometimes, but it's still a good movie. Did you know that this was the first Thomas movie to be written by Andrew Bremer? I know this was Arc Productions' first time ever making the show, but it's fine. But at least I could give this movie a 6 out of 10. Not good, but is decent. But I kind of like Steven. Anyways, moving on to the next movie. Number 6. Hero on the Whales. The first full CGI production ever. Like, for real. I know this is the first CGI Thomas production, but the new characters in the movie, they look pretty good. They are pretty good. Hero is from Japan, and he looks actually pretty good. And his voice sounds amazing. Victor is cool, and Kevin, well, he's cute in my opinion. But anyways, this movie is overall good. But the only thing that I cannot stand this movie is that the narrator never shuts up. Like, narrator, shut up! The characters now have their own voices. Like, come on. This is the first production with the characters having their own individual voices since Thomas of the Magic Railroad. Which I already talked about in the Magic Railroad section, that all of the characters have their own voices, as this is the official first time that Thomas ever has his own voice. And this is the first time ever we saw Thomas's mouth move when he speaks. But trust me, it gets much better when we get to the next movie. So anyways, this movie gets a 7 out of 10. Number 5. This is a song of Taylor the Brave. From this point onwards, the rest of the movies on this list will be actually pretty good. Gator is actually pretty good, Timothy is good, Miriam is good. Hell, they even brought back Bill and Ben, the Tank Engine Twins. Actually, that's actually pretty good. But the worst thing about this movie is the La 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 Let's Be Brave song. Let's Be Brave is absolutely the most abysmal song, and it's easily the worst song of the entire CGI series. The song and its lyrics are absolutely terrible! I cannot stand a single lyric from this god-awful song! Oh my god, shut up! Anyways, when we get to the next movie, it will get a lot better. So anyways, this movie, in my opinion, is absolutely perfect. Oh my god, just shut up! Anyways, this movie focuses on the show's 3 main characters, Thomas, Percy, and James. This movie is absolutely beautiful, and it deserves a 8 out of 10. Moving on. Number 4. The Great Discovery. This is the follow model series Thomas production before the switch to full CGI. This is undoubtedly the best model series movie ever. After what I had to sit through for the entire hit era from seasons 8, 9, 10, and 11, this special came to save the day. Also, Stanley is okay in the movie, but his treatment on the show was average. I was personally sick to his personality in the movie than in the show itself. The show following this did Stanley a little less, but after that, Stanley was thrown to being a background character. Like, literally, a little background character. Real funny. Real funny! By the way, Thomas You Are the Leader is the absolute best of the Model series. I suggest that you go visit it yourself. Link in the description below. Otherwise, this movie is great and deserves an 8 out of 10. But the only thing I dislike about this movie is Pierce Brosnan's narration. Pierce Brosnan's narration is too slow. He is a special guest narrator for the movie, and I kind of understand that. Also, I think he's telling a bedtime story to his children. I think he's talking quietly, not trying to yell around to the audience. Anyways, this movie still gets an 8 out of 10. Moving on. Number 3. The adventure begins. Still, all of the movies, I love them! And this movie is the perfect example of it. This movie is a classic retelling of the original Railway series books, particularly the first 2 ones. The 3 railway engines and Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, this movie, in my opinion, is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But the biggest problem I have with this movie, the characters. In the original Railway series books and the television episodes, Thomas is a cheeky little prick, but he soon gets mature at the end. But in this movie, Thomas is a nice guy when he comes to Sodor, and then he's cheeky a little often later. Henry is the most consistent one. Also, Henry, oh my god. In the original books and the episode, Henry is quite frustrated about the rainwater in his small green paint, but here, he's actually afraid of the goddamn rain! Also, in the original books and the special, James is black. I know that he wasn't black in the original episode, but hell yeah, they have the budget to make a black James. Also, this special, 2016 happened and Art Productions Red Bankrupt. That's neat. Also, this is the first time that it has realistic animation. Like, bro, it looks like a Pixar movie or a DreamWorks movie. Wow, it looks amazing. It looks like a cinematic retelling of the original Railway series books, and I can't understand that. The main characters, Grim, Judy, and Jerome, are actually pretty good. They're absolutely fit into the story absolutely perfectly. This movie gets a 9 out of 10. Moving on, folks. Okay, now we're down to 2 more, folks. What am I going to pick? Who am I going to pick? This is killing me. Come on. Come on, Mr. Boo Angel Productions. Let me get this. My favorite movies are this one and this one. Okay, I decided to put these 2 here for being the best Thomas movies. So we'll start off with Sodor's Regiment of the Lost Treasure. Sodor's Regiment of the Lost Treasure deserves to be the best Thomas movie because it has absolutely everything a fan could want in a Thomas movie. The animation team was like, oh, let's turn this movie into a cinematic film, and it truly feels like a cinematic film. For the least part, at least. Now let's talk about this year's new characters. Lion the Purple Tank Engine is actually pretty good. Him in the show was actually good, at least for the most part. Rex Micah Bird hell yeah, this was the first official introduction to the show, such that it made it to TV in 1994. So, how did we get here? Actually, my wish finally came true. The Austin engines really made it to TV just in time. For the most part, at least. This is a good movie, but the top and how this is quite bad. And also, this special was made to celebrate 70 years of Thomas. The Adventure Begins movie came out the same year as well. And The Adventure Begins, the sequel. And both movies came out the same year. Thomas gets #1 made both movies, and that's why both movies came out the same year. And also, do you know that Sailor John was voiced by none other than Sir John Hurt? This was Sir John Hurt's last major role in a film prior to his death in 2017. And this movie is the absolute best way to explain this even more. And it's undoubtedly my second favorite Thomas movie of the bunch. Oh, just kidding. It's my second favorite movie. Anyways, I'm gonna play music on the last movie that we will be talking about. So anyways, a great movie. 9 out of 10. And finally, the #1 best Thomas movie is... Get ready for it. Blue Mountain Mystery deserves to be the best Thomas movie because it has absolutely everything right. The characters are absolutely correct in this movie. Everything about this movie is correct. There is no huge out of character moment in this movie. This movie is generally the peak of all the Thomas movies on this list so far. The Mary Gage engines made the grand return to this show after being absent since season 12 or so. Anyways, I don't know. Anyways, this movie is on generally good. No longer is Corey the wimpy ass idiotic child character that he regrets in seasons 9 to 12. No! He's back to being the oldest licensed child of the crew with a deep man voice. I love it. Also, I forgot to mention Paxton. Before this movie, absolutely just a stupid dumb background character that never spoke. But yep, for some reason, someone decided to give him a voice actor and a personality. And look at that, he's now a fan favorite. I absolutely love Paxton as a character. I think he's a perfect example to the Thomas family. And I forgot to mention none other than Luke himself. Luke is just a sweetie. Well, there. I absolutely love his personality. And I do not forget to tell you him and Victor's backstory. Speaking of Victor himself. This movie is the best CGI portrayal of him, if not in the entire show. And the backstory is set up very 100% seriously. Like, the club just introduced some new character, but no, someone decided to use a already existing character and beat them up. Like, seriously. The worst thing of the entire movie is the one scene where the Mary Gage engines just flat out run away from Thomas for absolutely no goddamn reason. Really. Also, this movie is still pretty good in my opinion, and I think it deserves the #1 spot on this list. Anyways, enough of that. Back to the review. Also, did I know that this was the follow production to be animated by Nitrogen. And the music right here is stunning. The song at the end of the movie is absolutely amazing. This is why I'm playing the song itself in the background, because this is my favorite CGI song. And Sean, Thomas Van 261, agrees with me that this is absolutely the best song, if not the best in the entire CGI series so far. That post-credit scene of Ramirez coming out of the steamworks in his new whale coat is just great. Also, this movie in general makes me want to cry. This is absolutely the best movie of his entire list. Also, Thomas is perfectly in character in this movie. He's sort of like a guy towards Luke. I think the two make a perfect dynamic with each other. And this is undoubtedly the best Thomas movie of them all. And did you know that this movie was actually script edited by Andrew Bremer? Yeah, Sharon Miller actually wrote the script and then Bremer edited it. This is the only time in the entire show that has ever happened. Absolutely amazing. The animation had gotten its peak. Because this was Nitrogen's follow Thomas production, and the follow movie to feature narrators Michael Angelos from the UK and Michael Brandon from the US. And this movie is absolutely the best Thomas movie ever. I highly recommend you check it out. 10 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the best Thomas movies on this list, it will highly be Blue Mountain Mystery and Sodor Searching of the Lost Treasure. The great movies are The Great Discovery and The Adventure Begins. The good ones are Hero of the Whales and Tale of the Brave. The average ones are King of the Railway and Driven Beyond Sodor. The movies that I personally don't care for are Thomas and the Magic Railroad at the Grey Ways. The absolutely bad movies are Day of the Diesels and Colonial Engines. And the worst movies are Big Whale, Big Adventures, and Misty Island Rescue. Okay, let's rank every single movie from best to worst. At number 1, Blue Mountain Mystery. Number 2, Sodor Searching of the Lost Treasure. Number 3, The Adventure Begins. Number 4, The Great Discovery. Number 5, Tale of the Brave. Number 6, Hero of the Whales. Number 7, King of the Railway. Number 8, Driven Beyond Sodor. Number 9, The Grey Race. Number 10, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Number 11, Colonial Engines. Number 12, Day of the Diesels. Number 13, Big Whale, Big Adventures. And number 14, Misty Island Rescue. In 2020, it was personally announced that a Mark Foster and Thomas movie was in the works. And we have heard absolutely nothing about this movie. Hopefully, I definitely hope a teaser trailer of this movie will drop out by the end of this year. I definitely hope so. I hope the movie will come out next year for the 80th anniversary of the Railway series books and the Thomas and Friends franchise. I hope this was the follow-up video of my old channel, Tank Engine Productions, but after that video, the whole channel was taken down by YouTube, and I think it's gone. But after this video, I don't think the channel is going to be gone. I think it's going to continue a bit longer. Let's see what happens. And that's it for this video, folks. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. And happy 40th anniversary to my favorite, if not the best childhood show of all time, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. The show is no longer around, but I hope that in 2025 could be much better than 2024. Thank you so much to my Instagram followers, and thanks for watching this video, and I will hopefully see you all in the next video. This is Mr. Blue Angel Productions, signing off. Bye!